Hello everyone and welcome back to another how-to video. My name's Sasha and today I'm going to take you through some of the basic functionality of ArcGIS for Excel. Now, if you haven't heard of ArcGIS for Excel before, it's an add-in to Microsoft 365 that you can use to add ArcGIS mapping capabilities to your Excel spreadsheets. So with ArcGIS for Excel, you can create interactive maps that includes data from either Excel or ArcGIS services without leaving your familiar Excel environment. Now, the minimum subscription that you need is a Microsoft 365 licensing plan that includes Microsoft for Excel, and that will allow you to obtain the plugin. And you'll need a creator license or hire in ArcGIS to be able to actually create the maps and share them. But I'll link some handy documentation for that below. So here we are in an Excel spreadsheet here, and I've just got some different buildings data for the Greater London area. Now, to start to visualize that data on a map, I'm going to head to the ArcGIS tab on the far right at the top here, and then head to Show Map on the left-hand side. Now, if I expand this pane a little bit, we can see that I'm then linked through to my ArcGIS account. So I'm going to click that and my basic web map will be loaded in. Now, to connect this data I've got in the spreadsheet to this web map on the right here, I'm going to go into the Layers tab, and here I have the option to choose from Excel or ArcGIS. So in this case, I'm going to choose from Excel because I want to use the data that I've got here in my spreadsheet. Now we can see that that data has automatically selected all of the data in my spreadsheet, which is useful. And it's also picked up on the columns that have longitude and latitude, which is obviously important to be able to show this data on a map. I've got my spatial reference in there, which I can also change if necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and click Add. And that just may take a few moments to load in. As you can see, I've got quite a few features here, and we can then start to see those features on the map. And I can expand this pane a little bit more as well. Now we can already start to gain a bit more insight into our data just by seeing where they are geographically. But the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how we can start to style this data. So to do that, I'm going to head into the Symbology tab, which is 2 across in the Layers pane. And I'm then going to go down and see that I can choose between location and heat map. So I could also choose heat map here to style my data that way. But what I can also do is style my data by attributes, and I can style by up to 2 attributes here. So for example, I may want to choose number of occupants and also the insurance level of the property as well. And this is fictional data that I'm using here. So once I've added that in, I've then got the option again to go ahead and edit my symbology a little bit more. But if I come out of this, I can start to gain more insight into my data using that symbolized by function. Now, something else we can do, which I think is quite handy, is we can go back into that symbology pane and then we can just go and style Excel sheet with the toggle at the bottom there. And that will immediately start to conditionally style the data within our spreadsheet as well. So that can be quite a nice way to quickly understand some of our different information that we've got in here. Now, the next thing I want to show you is this selection tool. Now, within this pane, we have a number of different polygon options that we can use to make selections of our data. So I'm going to choose that circle one there, and I can just use this function to draw polygon shapes straight onto my map and select the features in those in that area. So that's quite a nice way to kind of pull out your data in a specific region. We can see from this toggle here that I've selected 287 features. And if I go back into this selection tool there, I can then choose to either filter my existing sheet by those exact features, or I can also export those features to a new sheet, which will appear down the bottom here. Now I'm just going to remove that because I don't need that sheet at the moment, and I'm going to clear my filter again. I'm then going to erase my filtered records using that erase function. The next thing I want to show you is how we can make the use of the function builder. Now, the function builder allows us to carry out some more advanced spatial workflows within our data. So here on this spreadsheet, if I just make this pane a little bit smaller, and go across a little bit there. Oh, we can see that I've got some of that data from my previous sheet extracted. But here I've got several properties that don't have addresses and only have coordinates, and several that have only addresses and no coordinates. Now, what I can do to obtain some more information is use the function builder, which is on the top ribbon here. And I can make the most of some geocoding services embedded within here to kind of understand this data a little bit more and obtain either coordinates or addresses. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the cell where I'm wanting an address, and then I'm going to go to the Get Address Geocoding Service option. Now I've selected the cell that I want my address to appear in. The next thing I need to do is select the cells that have my longitude and latitude. So to do that, I'm going to select longitude, select the cell with my longitude in, select latitude, do the same there. I'm happy with my geocoder here and my spatial reference, but you could go ahead and choose some of your own geocoders if you prefer. And I'm then going to insert that address. Now we can see that after just a few seconds, that address has been input into my sheet, and I can then pull that information down, and the same process will be applied to my other cells within the sheet. So that's a really quick way to obtain some more location information if we haven't got all of that already in our data. And I can do the same for coordinates as well. So if I'm wanting to go ahead and get coordinates, I can then input the address, select the cell where my address is, again, go ahead and choose my geocoder, spatial reference, etc. And I can then insert that into my spreadsheet. And you'll hopefully see that it only takes a few seconds to do so. I can then do the same as before, drag and drop that information. And we can see that that is the same as our information above as well. So hopefully those are just some useful features to show you how you can start making the most of some mapping and visualization techniques within Excel. Stay tuned for the next how-to video.